point of reference for painting. I did want it a lot more grimier and darker, but given the lighting within UDK, it proved to be quite difficult because it always came out a couple of shades lighter than what you saw in Photoshop, and colours were a lot more. Even if you went to a very, very dark level, they appeared as like the colour, and it didn't always look right. As well as the normal maps for little creases and wrinkles weren't as sharp as I'd like them to be within UDK, so but as you can see, various brushing techniques and whatnot to just get in as much detail and colour information as I possibly could. And as I say, it's all hand painted, there's zero photo reference. So, and then bottom set brush, projection of the normal maps. The spec map, given a pinkish hue. Admit, within UDK, it comes across relatively neutral, but a slight tinge of pink in areas, especially on the orange parts, does like really help further push out colours and further bring out more contrast. And then the transmission mask, specifically for the wings, going softer towards the body, is sort of a poor man's subsurface scattering. This helped give basically a warmer colour to the wings and made it look a lot more as if there was sunlight shining through, and as if the wings had blood flowing through them. As you can see, there's my mask and there's a flat colour, and take them off and we end up with a very much cooler version, and it just looks like a flat diffuse. Material wasn't played around with too much. I did try multiplying the normal maps to help strengthen them, but that didn't really work as I hoped. As you can see in the Solio shader, the colours are very striking, very vibrant, whereas in UDK they're softer, not washed out, but not as visually contrasting. I did want to try a couple of math things with the diffuse, but I didn't get the desired results. So yeah, all in all, that's my dinosaur in UDK. I would just like to finish up, send an email to Michael Pavlovich with forum links to my game artist thread. He didn't so much give me feedback for this particular module. He did praise, and he did also further send me links of his work which he felt were going to prove useful for my project at the time. I've also sent him an email back recently with the final products, in hope of just getting more feedback and just so I can self-improve more, as I feel with this module my painting and my ZBrushing have dramatically improved from what they were. I've still got a ways to go, but more looking at more into, I'd say less anatomy this time around, but more into the stuff that makes characters feel more like they have character, less than an anatomy study. Also for this project I've been using as you can see, plenty of like reference from various things: bats, eagles, Gustavo Yammins, and Swordlord. Also, for this project and others, Michael Pavlovich, which is Eat 3D character production, proved very inspiring, as well as just really useful for like his train of thoughts while it's working. And same with Zach Petrov's muscle groups, anatomy study, and man ballet, making them from scratch. So Michael Pavlovich also comes with the VTOP, albeit he does it through ZBrush. I'll be using 3D Coat from now on, because I used it in also another project, and it's proved a lot much more efficient to my previous method, which was used for this project with the Rapid plugin in 3ds Max. I'd like to finish off with a quick comparison. The student I've chosen is Michael Dean. One thing to note, his diffuse and the detailing of the skin is very sharp. It's crisp, and excuse me, I'm not sure what happened there. And there's an awful lot of detail, good variety of colour, nice use of highlights without being overkill. And his spec map, I feel, is a massive improvement. I can see how I did it. It looks like ZBrush and cavity masks, which I'll definitely look into more using. And also note how on his specular tongues and stuff I still kept pink, which might be an interesting thing to keep in mind for future. Cat rig is also very solid. I find the skinning on my wings, especially when it got attached to the body and the arms and the legs, with the bone effect limit of 2, proved to be a bit of a nightmare to get completely smoothed out, but all in all I feel the animations were solid. And as you can see, Michael Dean's Dinosaur in UDK. Other than that, the V-top looks very smooth. There's no artifacts, no seams. Textures come together very nicely, and they all look very sharp, strong, vibrant. I feel I could probably go into more detail on the skin, namely stuff like the wrinkles and scratches on this character. But all in all, I got what I set out for, and I feel like I've taken a lot from this, and it's more the case of now putting this project, you know, into completion state, and working on future stuff with what I've learned. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.